All right, let's talk about the very first moves in a chess game. There are really two core philosophies behind them. Are you the kind of player who likes to build a solid, unbreakable fortress? Or are you more of a trapper, someone looking for that quick knockout punch? Let's figure out which one you are. Seriously, think about it. When you sit down at the board, what's going through your head? Are you thinking about a long, calculated game plan, or are you just itching for a chaotic, tactical brawl? Your answer to that question, it says everything about the kind of player you are.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about path number 1, building a fortress. This is the classical way to play. It's all about control, building up pressure, and just playing the long game.
And really, the poster child for this style has to be the Queen's Gambit. The idea here is so simple, but it's incredibly powerful. White basically says, hey, I'll give you this pawn over on the side if you give me your super important pawn in the center. It's all about trading a less important piece to get total domination of the middle of the board. So here's how it actually plays out. White starts with d4, planting a flag right in the center of the board. Black, naturally, says not so fast and plays d5 to challenge that. And then, boom, c4. That's the key move. White immediately starts putting the question to Black's central pawn. And fun fact, even though it's called a gambit, it's not really a true sacrifice. White can almost always snatch that pawn back. And that's the whole point, right? The goal isn't some flashy checkmate on move 5. It's to create this slow, crushing pressure. It's like a boa constrictor. You just squeeze your opponent little by little, forcing them into this cramped, uncomfortable game. It's all about creating these subtle, long-lasting problems that'll pay off way down the line. And listen, it's not just the Queen's Gambit. If you like this style, you've got tons of options. You've got the Ruy Lopez. That one's a classic, played by everyone from beginners to grandmasters. You've got the Italian game, and even defenses like the French. They all share that same DNA. It's all about building a solid, reliable house before you start the fight. Okay, deep breath. We're about to switch gears big time. We're leaving that safe, predictable world of fortresses behind and diving headfirst into chaos. This is the world of high-risk, high-reward chess. 'Cause let's be real for a second. Sometimes that slow, methodical stuff is just, well, it's kind of boring, isn't it? What if you just want to set the board on fire? What if you want to drag your opponent into a messy, tactical street fight right from the get-go? Well, my friend, that is what gambits are for. The whole idea is simple. You give something up on purpose, usually a pawn, but sometimes a lot more, to get something awesome in return. Maybe it's a crazy attack, maybe you get all your pieces out super fast. You're trading material for an advantage. And for a perfect, absolutely bonkers example of this, let me introduce you to the Muzio Gambit. So it starts off looking like a normal King's Gambit. And then on move 5, White does something insane. Black is attacking a knight, right? The normal move is to, well, move the knight. But not here. Nope. White just castles. They let the knight get taken, sacrificing a whole piece for a wide-open, blistering attack straight at the Black King. It's wild. And that's where the real magic happens, the psychological shock. Just listen to this Reddit user. They say it can be truly devastating because most players just don't know it exists. Imagine you're on the other side of that. You've never seen this before, and suddenly there's this hurricane of an attack coming at you, and you have absolutely no clue what to do. People just crumble. But okay, what if sacrificing one measly knight isn't crazy enough for you? What if you want to go even further? Well, then you need to know about what might be the best named opening in all of chess, the Intercontinental Ballistic Missile Gambit. Yeah, this isn't just a gambit, my friend. This is a trap. It is all or nothing. The plan is, well, it's beautiful in how completely insane it is. You just start sacrificing pieces, one after another. Why? The whole point is to bait your opponent's queen into a very specific square where you can trap it and win it. The hope is that even if you're down a bunch of pieces, it doesn't matter, because you've just taken their queen, their biggest gun, off the board. And here's the best part. Does it work? Oh, almost never. It's terrible. But as YouTuber Croissant puts it, it works less than 1% of the time, but when it does, it's totally worth it. Can you imagine that one time it actually lands? Oh, the feeling must be incredible. It is the definition of high risk, high reward. Pure chess adrenaline. All right, so there you have it. Two totally different philosophies for how to start a chess game. You've got the slow, strategic fortress, and you've got the wild, all-in trap. Let's just put it side by side. On one hand, you've got the fortress. Your goal is control and pressure, using solid openings like the Queen's Gambit or the Ruy Lopez. On the other hand, you've got the trap. Here, your goal is chaos, aiming for those spectacular quick wins with things like the Muzio Gambit or, yes, the ICBM Gambit. Both are totally valid ways to play, but man, do they lead to different-looking games. So, that brings us back to the big question. Now that you've seen both paths, what's it going to be? Are you going to be the architect, carefully building your fortress piece by piece? Or are you going to be the arsonist, just lighting a match and hoping your opponent is the one who gets burned? You know, the best part about chess is there's no right answer. The choice is all yours.